The Jags open on September 7th, but the NFL season officially gets underway Thursday, September 4th. You know, the league gives us such a great show, and that is why we love it. But the NFL got it dead wrong today. The league had the chance to take a stand against domestic violence, and it didn't. The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence says 1 in 4 women will experience it in their lifetime. Football star Ray Rice's fiance was 1 in 4. Today, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell punished Rice, suspending the Ravens running back for 2 games, just 2. Meanwhile, a player gets caught smoking pot once. He's suspended for 4 games. Surveillance footage even showed Rice dragging his then fiancee out of a hotel elevator after he allegedly knocked her unconscious. 2 games. It happened back in February. Rice can still participate in training camp and in preseason games. He's had counseling since then. I get that. But still, memo to the NFL, standing up for women is more than just wearing pink cleats in October. Look at the number of domestic violence cases against women. This is according to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence. Then compare Rice's 2-game suspension to other NFL suspensions recently. Jags receiver Ace Saunders just got 4 games for his first failed drug test. The Colts' Robert Mathis, 4-game suspension for taking a fertility drug because he and his wife wanted to get pregnant. Terrell Pryor got 5 games for receiving improper benefits way back in college. He wasn't even in the NFL. If I could talk to Roger Goodell, I'd ask him, how is that worse than striking a woman? And then there was Ravens head coach John Harbaugh's reaction to Rice's suspension.
I stand behind Ray. He's a heck of a guy. He's done everything right since. He makes a mistake, all right? He's going to have to pay a consequence. I think that's good for kids to understand that it works that way. That's how it works. That's how it should be.
Heck of a guy, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
The NFL could have said we will not tolerate domestic violence, and they didn't today.
Right. Thank you, Jamie. Right. Thank you for joining us.
Autism, the numbers keep growing. 1 in 88 children are diagnosed on the spectrum. Now, for these kids, everyday activity can be a big challenge. But for one Melbourne boy, a summer by the sea has opened him up to a brand new world of expression. Jamie Say introduces us to the puzzled surfer.
Take this 11-year-old boy, give him a surfboard and a blue mohawk, and you've got a rock star.
Cowabunga!
To Shay Edmondson Wood, there's nothing better than riding a wave.
The impact it has, just unbelievable.
His dad can't believe the change. When he's at the beach, Shay even has an alias, the Puzzled Surfer. The name represents his Asperger's syndrome, a type of autism which affects his behavior and interaction with others.
I know as a mom, I'm used to being in a store and, okay, Shay, try not to turn in circles and do all the typical things autistic kids tend to do.
How would you describe your son, Shay?
Up until the beginning of the summer, I would describe him as quiet. It's just amazing. Out here, he's just a completely different person. And there's only one reason for it. It's all the attention they get.
They are the people Shay calls his crew, volunteers from Surfers for Autism. They treat Shay and others like rock stars. The nonprofit group hosts free surfing clinics for kids with autism all over Florida. The goal is to create a fun and safe environment that lets these kids be themselves, and even more.
Once we get a kid into their first wave, the transformation is complete and total. We have nonverbal children who sometimes speak their first words. We have kids who don't like being touched, sometimes even by a caregiver, bear hugging instructors, walking hand in hand down the beach, and they just come out of their shell in ways that really doesn't happen outside of the water.
The first time Shay got on a board with Surfers for Autism, his sister Leah saw a change in her big brother right away.
The first day, I didn't know if he could handle it, but the first time he got on, he surprised me.
Why did he surprise you?
I know, because I did so good.
I can tell you that when he's at these events and he's got all of this incredible confidence, and he's so excited and he's outgoing.
The surfing clinics may be free, but travel is not. So his mom and dad set up a website, puzzledsurfer.com. It tells Shay's story and raises money.
Shay, is surfing hard to do?
You just have to keep doing it to get good at it.
So you want to keep doing it for a while, don't you?
Yep, so I can become the master.
And Sister Leah says her brother wants to be a professional surfer someday. Now, we've linked his website, puzzledsurfer.com, to our website, clickorlando.com, and also linked it to Twitter.
Yeah, we hear Shay is really into social media and the World Wide Web.
He is. Twitter is how I found out about him and puzzlesurfer.com. And Shay loves counting the number of new visitors to his site, but he doesn't love it quite as much as surfing.
Yeah, great kid.
He is a great kid.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.